It's Maggie. I wanted to talk about an aspect today, um, specifically Venus conjunct transiting Neptune uh, in the 12th house. And the moon's in Pisces today, so that just makes sense to talk about that today. I'm definitely feeling it in my 12th house. And I also wanted to talk about the North Node. The moon conjunct the North Node. I can only speak from personal experience. I'm not going to do the whole where you have it, but if you do happen to have it, in Aquarius in the 12th house, um, it's just so interesting to look at when you see the glyph, you see the symbol in your chart, and then you look at the transits and you see the moon swallowed up into the horseshoe, into the North Node. That's what I call it, swallowed up. It's just like, wow, what is going on? And so with it in the 12th house, it's always not visible. That's kind of, I'm going to kind of tie the two in because it is 12th house stuff. And the full moon last night, I kind of had an emotional meltdown about a pet, a cat, kitten, some kittens that I really wanted to keep, but because it was affecting my asthma, I could not keep them. And then I finally cleaned my fish tank out, and my fish didn't make it. And so it was like this huge emotional full moon meltdown about pets and not being able to keep the pets, but wanting to, and then cleaning the fish tank and the fish died, and it's like that is totally Pisces 12th house. Pisces rules pets, it's pets, and but it's also being of service in the 12th house. So that's and having it in Aquarius, I thought I would just talk about, this particular, the Moon North Node. I just feel the need to talk about astrology for one thing, so that's kind of what I'm doing. And I've had to look within and go interior, and it's emotional. You let your emotions out. So and being of service to a group somehow or another. But Neptune conjunct Venus in Pisces is, last night I guess it was about letting go of pets, and I'm just feeling really bad about it. Just beating myself up, like I can't even have a pet. I can't even take care of them properly, and that's not what it was, but that's how I was feeling. And so Neptune was just disillusionment with myself regarding pets. Yes, I couldn't keep the kittens because of my asthma, but I had them, for a few days, and then now I bought all this kitten stuff, and now, so to be of service, I'm going to donate it to someone who has the rest of the litter, and for the other kittens, and maybe doesn't have a lot of cat stuff. So yeah, so the benefit is I can breathe. It makes sense. I did try to get them back, and the lady who gave them to me did say, what did she say? Oh, she didn't want to compromise my health, which was so sweet. And so I told her, thank you for that. I accept and appreciate what you're saying, and so. And she told me that she knew that I came to love them, and that I got to have them for a few days. It it wasn't even a whole week. But I just wanted to keep one kitten, Jasmine the Siamese, and two of them was just too much for me. But I couldn't get her back. I tried and I couldn't get her back, and I really felt bad. Really felt bad about it. So yeah, I'm just looking at my Venus Neptune in the 12th house. That's one of the ways it's manifesting. The other one is just the isolation, the total isolation of, yeah, meeting with some people on Zoom, but today I just let everyone talk. I just didn't really have anything to say. So that would be 12th house as well. Venus in Pisces is, it could be suffering in love, and it can also be being of service as well. Yeah, so I could keep a few plants alive, keep a few plants alive. So I'll just stick to indoor plants. I may get some more fish in the meantime, but I do feel bad about, while cleaning the tank, I just make things worse. It's like, God. Yeah, so Moon North Node in Aquarius for me is about being an astrologer, talking about aspects today. Yeah, and because the moon's in Pisces is how I feel. I mean, it's all about feelings. And just coming off of the full moon, feelings just came pouring out. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm sorry. That's just one facet, though. The isolation, the trying to be of service, and it ended up I connected these two people that both do cat rescue. Actually, one of them's been that gave me the kittens that were found in a dumpster. Has been doing this for 35 years. So I connected her with a lady I know that also does animal rescue, cat rescue specifically, and was able to help this other woman with the feral cat living under her bed, that she brought that in to be neutered. So that would be part of the group service dynamic that's Moon North Node in Aquarius, just at the same time being aware that I had to let go and be of service to others. And so everyone played their part, everyone played their part, and the people I'm donating all the cat condo and just all this beautiful cat bed and all this stuff to, I think, I don't know, it has 4 kids, and it has, found the kittens, and, has part of the rest of the litter. And so the lady who bottle fed them, and, I got to keep 2 of them. I only wanted one. Jasmine, the Siamese. I really wanted her, half Siamese. So everyone kept saying, "Oh, 2, it's easier," but it's not. It's totally not. I got scratches, and it's not easier. But yeah, so I wanted Jasmine back, the Siamese, and so I had to accept that they're coming. The family that has the rest of the litter, they're coming to pick up their stuff either today or tomorrow. And the connection part is I'm connecting with them. I connected with this beautiful woman. I mean, she was just amazing. That gave me all this stuff for the kittens, and had their shots, and had them spayed and neutered, and for free, out of the goodness of her heart, And then so I connected her with another lady that, does the cat rescue. And so she helped her with the feral cat under the bed, is bringing that in to be neutered. So what ended up happening is letting go, and indirectly, how they say let go and let God, turning the situation over to my higher power, and just feeling helpless, but knowing in the end that there would be a solution. And so these three lives are all intertwined because of kittens, and it's a beautiful thing, when I put it in perspective and look at it that way. When I look at, Venus conjunct Neptune and the moon. The moon, it's just slipping into Pisces now, but it's actually sitting right on my North Node in Aquarius. So that's why I'm talking about this. And then once I heard back from the lady who gave me the kittens and practically begged her to I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, can I please just have Jasmine back? I appreciated what she said about taking care of my health, and because she has a sister with asthma, so she knows how bad it can get, and especially with COVID. So I could accept that. But I was kind of resentful actually about this other woman, this other cat rescue lady that got into it and started telling me what to do. I don't like to be told what to do. I'm an Aries. I don't like to be told what to do. And so she started telling me what to do, like, oh no, you have to keep two. You can't keep one, they'll get lonely, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, it turned out good. And so she got to be of service to the other animal rescue lady, and on and on and on and on. So yeah, just Venus conjunct transiting Neptune just wants to be in its own little world, just dreamy, sleepy, inspirational, just could be arts, but to do the arts or to be inspired, sometimes you need to rest. And so I really feel like I need to just really rest. Just looking at it makes me sleepy. Looking at Neptune sitting on Venus and the moon going into Pisces, you just kind of want to go to sleep. It is a time for that. Before it goes into Aries, everybody needs a time out. And especially coming off the full moon and all that emotion. And it ended up exactly the way it was supposed to be. And she thanked me for trying. She thanked me for trying and to be, she thanked me for spending, the time that I did with them. It was very precious. And so all this beating myself up, though, oh my gosh, that's 12th house, definitely. 12th house guilt. My mom used to say, she sent me this book once, Let Go of Guilt. It's just a natural 12th house thing to do, I think, is to beat yourself up with guilt a lot. With Venus and Pisces in the 12th house, just having compassion and empathy, and sometimes maybe not choosing the right people, it could be the standard definition, they would say suffering and love, which, I kind of don't like, but it could be so many other things, it can be compassion, empathy, intuition, service, like hooking these two women up together. They're both in the same thing. So it all worked out in the end. And but the isolation, yeah, I do need to just take a time out. I need to get the hell out of this house is what I need to do. I didn't get out yesterday. and ended up having that emotional meltdown, but I really wanted her back. So once I got the final compassionate no from her, then I was at peace. I was at peace with that. But at least I tried. At least I did try. And you know, I don't think I'm gonna get more fish. I don't know. I'm stuck with this fish tank. That I'm not stuck with it, but you know, there's silk plants. They do say in recovery, I think it is, that if you can't keep a plant alive, or a dog or a cat, there's that movie 28 Days where the guy goes, this German guy with Sandra Bullock. It's like one of my favorite movies, and he goes back to the pet store, you know, and he brings in a dead plant, and you know, with this dog, and says, but you don't understand how important this is to me. You know, I have to keep this plant alive or I'll never get laid. The plant died and my dog doesn't even like me. And he ran into, you know, Sandra Bullock that was at rehab with him, and just started crying saying that. So I love quoting that line because it's so funny, and that's kind of how I was feeling yesterday, you know. It's like, but I can't grow. I have to go outside and water some plants out there, and I don't like that as much, but I do grow those vines, you know. The vines, it's really hard to kill them. Those are fake ones behind me, but yeah, so I'm just kind of rambling now, but when the moon is swallowed up in the North Node like that, in the 12th house, yeah, it represented today just to be, I was in this meeting today, and I just listened. I listened to other people that, you know, their problems were a lot more magnified than my simple little, you know, I wouldn't even call it a problem compared to what some of these people are going through. And it really puts it in perspective, you know, the life on life's terms bullshit. But I never liked that expression, but, you know, that's what it is. And especially if you're going through something really hard, like, you know, your parents dying, or, you know, a loved one getting COVID or something. That is life on life's terms. So this, you know, I just chose to be quiet today, and this puts it in perspective for me. Yes, of course I could have a pet if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I just really don't want to have a pet right now. If anything, I may get some new fish someday, but and I finally got a bunch. Finally, the day my fish died, the day I finally cleaned the fish tank, the fish filters came in the mail. You know, a bunch of them. So, little too late on that one. Yeah, it was my favorite fish. I named them all after rappers. I had Two Spot, Tupac, and Mac Miller. So they didn't make it right out of the pet store. But this one, Goldie, just fine. Goldie ended up black, you know. Yeah, so I felt really bad about that, because the more I cleaned the tank thoroughly, the blacker Goldie got, and then I was going, where did he go, you know? So he ended up like underneath the rocks, and it was just a mess, and that just made me feel worse. But anyway, that's just one experience of Neptune in Pisces. And, you know, I'm feeling really lonely, of course, and talking to people on Zoom. My sister too. She just lost a pet. A dog, and she was really broken up about it. She came over. and, you know, so I could say goodbye, and asked me what she should do. What should I do? You know, the surgery's going to cost like $9,000, and yeah. So she ended up. The family had to say their goodbyes, and they had to put the little dog down. But I used to dog sit for her. You know, I love that little dog too. But so I had to let that go and help her through it. So that, I guess that would be. And I felt honored that she called me and that she came right over. And, I prayed to St. Francis for that. For the kittens, I prayed to St. Francis again, and for the fish. And so I'm just going to let go of pets. There's no way I'm going to get a dog. That's what I say anyway, because so many of my neighbors have dogs, and I hear them yapping all the time. And I think being an independent Aries, I just want to pick up and go when I want. Plus, you have to get a dog sitter, and I had a dog, and I had a yellow lab for 7 years. And it's a lot of work. It's a ton of laundry. It's a ton of shedding. I mean, I loved her. She was a sweetheart, but and at the same time, cats will just stand right in front of you and let you trip on them, you know. But what opened my heart, they just opened my heart because of their purring. And this one guy would share with me all the time how that was his meditation. His cats would lay on his chest and purr. And so now I get it. I get it, what he was saying, but too little, too late. And the fact is that I do accept my health condition. And the reason probably one of the major reasons I have it is, you know, I used to smoke heavily most of my life. So I had to quit in 2001. And the opposition from Pisces is Virgo. Virgo is in my 6th house of health. So the opposition is the consequence of not taking care of my health. But I'm a non-smoker, and I feel really good about that. I've got an anniversary coming up on August 14th, which I always thought it was Virgo for some reason, but it was actually Virgo season that I quit. And it's just, yeah. Every day. I probably kept trying for every day for so long that technically it's Leo. But regardless, the opposition is Virgo. And so, yeah, I'm just rambling right now. I hope somebody got something out of this. Try to use Neptune, transiting Neptune, wherever you have it. If it's in the 12th house, though, generally it's about inspiration, service, letting go. Yeah, so this is pretty much about pets, letting go of pets, letting go of the fish, the kittens, my sister's dog, and making a video about Moon conjunct the North Node in Aquarius in the 12th house, talking about this aspect, because that's what I do. So, and I find that sometimes it's better to personalize it. Sometimes you can understand that there's so many other facets of Neptune conjunct Venus. It could also be disillusionment in relationships, or maybe choosing the wrong relationships, or being let down, putting on the rose-colored spectacles, and So anyway, I'm going to end this. I hope you enjoyed it. Could you please like, subscribe, and share? Oh my gosh, I went on way too long in this, but I was covering 2 different aspects, so I'll just kind of lump them together. I hope everyone is well and taking care of yourself. If you do have a pet, it's a good thing if you can handle it, if you can take care of them. All right, take care. Oh, if you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. And if you would like a chart reading, please contact me. MargaretRosanastrology.com.